My name is Jonathan. You may be wondering how I got here, to FAU at 19 on my own. Well, it's a funny story, but to begin, we have to rewind a few years. That's me in the pink. It was 2017, I was 12, and this was around the time that I realized I'm transgender. Flash forward to 2018, I was the first openly queer student in my choir program at 13. After I came out, a lot of people came to me asking for advice and courage. I wasn't out as trans yet, but I was openly bisexual. This was the first time I'd ever been in a pride parade. The people in the picture with me were the first people to ever hand me a trans pride flag. I still have it. I decided to come out to my peers as transgender, although I was not out to my family. I started presenting more masculine, though. This is the first place I'd ever really worked at Give Kids the World, where I like to think I changed the way they think about who they hire. I worked with my team so that I could be out while at work, and moving forward, they made a system to help others like me. This picture was taken after I'd come out as trans. My family decided not to support me, which ruined me for a long time. But the other people in my life didn't let their reaction make me go back into hiding who I was. I started my small business in 2021 after major businesses were refusing to support the queer community, especially in my small town that wasn't the safest for us. I sold pride products despite the people who lived in the town. This was the start of my fierce activism. October 2022, this was taken 3 days before I moved out and decided to begin the next chapter of my life at 18. After many years of rejection, abuse, and isolation because of my family, I finally felt free. I was afraid, but I was free. I graduated in the top 15% of my class with a semester of college already done, decorated with medals from officer positions in the various clubs I was in, and awards I'd won for my art series about breaking mental health stigma in queer youth. I was breaking policies from my district that banned any controversial statements, in which my cap was one of. I thought it was absurd, but the staff at my old high school backed me up and my friends stood by me no matter what. I graduated and I'd never been more proud of myself. In fact, I attended the last scholarship award ceremony that Safe Schools held, where I won the second place prize. It was why I could go to college as a homeless and unaccompanied young adult. After moving to my new dorm and getting settled, I was employed by Starbucks, where I have been fully out from day one. I was recently promoted to shift supervisor too, becoming one of the only openly queer people in a supervisor position in my district. The first birthday I spent without any of my loved ones was really hard. My friends all back home are off making their own memories. I took that time to post on social media about my experiences as a homeless young adult and as someone who struggles with trauma in a world that doesn't even want me to be queer. This was taken after I decided to shave all of my hair off. I felt chained to my past, and this was my way of telling the world that I was finally ready to become the leader and the role model I'd always needed in my life. I dedicated myself to everyone like me that day. And now I'm here, living in South Florida, making a name for myself as an advocate. I've been working on creating my own major based on the principles of feminist activism and queer presence in entrepreneurship, beginning my research to write a thesis about it. If I'm selected as a recipient, I will use the money to fund my education and continued research on the impacts that the queer community makes in the world of business and in feminism. Being able to use this money for education means I'll be able to shake the weight of affording college off and focus on my continued and loud activism for queer inclusion and rights, as well as my own health and well-being as I continue my fight. Thank you for letting me walk you through my life.